This is the white man's fault, Danielle. Why do you keep acting like this is embarrassing for black people? No, it's embarrassing. This is an indictment on white people because white people, they take care of us.
Right.
And since they fell off, we fall off.
Right. My first words I said after looking at that little clip was, God be with this child. It's like they're leading him to the prison.
No, sacrifice.
They're leading him to the prison. They're leading him to the grave. Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. So we had someone write us, and I think it's just this little comment. It was just a comment. It was, please tell me you two saw that Little RT rapper, Ridiculous, Jameson. So Little RT, yeah, so I didn't watch that video, nor am I going to watch the video, but I do have a clip of the video, so we'll put the clip up so we can just see what we're talking about here. He did go viral, and I thought it was like a joke, but it wasn't. It wasn't a joke. There he is.
YouTube are gonna take you down because you put up a child.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's another thing. If this video doesn't go up, then you're gonna know why. It's like a 12-second clip, you guys, but there's no way I'm gonna put this whole video out because I can't. Okay, so now, Little RT is his name. That's child abuse.
Yeah. This is what happens with single moms. Yeah, this little boy is surrounded by thug men and single mothers. That's what he's around.
I don't know.
He'll be in jail soon.
How we even got. I mean, like when I look at that, the first thing I think is just child abuse.
First thing I think is reparations. I mean, we've got to have that.
That's the most important thing right now, right?
This is the white man's fault, Danielle. Why do you keep acting like this is embarrassing for black people? No, it's embarrassing. This is an indictment on white people because white people, they take care of us. Right. And since they fell off, we fall off.
Right. But it's all we're going to talk about, though. We're only going to talk about white supremacy and all these things. We're gonna ignore what's going on in the black community. We're gonna ignore the promotion, by the way, the promotion of this through all the rap that we see, where it's glorifying this. And now they have a kid up here. They prop their kid up here to do this, obviously to get people to talk about this in some way. And I feel like at this point, we are, and someone wrote us too and said that our society is completely damaged, demoralized. We're in a, I have to find that email. And I'm like, you are correct.
Yeah, I know one thing. This is white people's problem. This ain't black people's problem. So.
This has nothing to do with us.
Take no responsibility as a black person.
Now there's a video, it's also a video of this kid, apparently where they tell him, I think of his mother or somebody's telling him to read some lyrics of something, read something. They threw some paper at him. So he opens the paper and he starts reading it, but he can't read. He's I'm only 9 years old. And he cusses, I can't read this. And so what's interesting about that is that at 9 years old, you should know how to read.
But the interesting part about that, he's not the only black kid that doesn't know how to read or do math proficiency.
Remember? In California.
Lots of black kids can't read or do math, but that's the white man's fault. That's not black people's fault.
No. Basic level math are not doing basic
His single mama is white people's fault, not black people's fault.
But
not her fault.
Have you seen that video too, where those kids are like it's like a birthday party for these two young little boys? I think they look like 4 or 5. They look really young, and there's a bunch of hood people in the back, and they've given these kids like fake guns. I hope they're fake, and money, and then they're able to rap and do like their rapping or whatever, and just be fun and have fun. And I'm like, so this is what I'm saying. Like, we wonder why. We're all scratching our heads. Why are kids so bad now? Why are the prisons being filled up with black people and the graves being filled up with black people? Right? I don't know why. I can't think why that would happen. Now we see a little boy here who's now making money off of. I can't believe they made him say this. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, white people.
He's talking about sex.
Yeah, white people.
White people.
This, I know the answers.
Right.
We've been told.
Yeah.
It's the white man.
It's a white man. It's a white man's fault.
I mean, we don't get any, there's no responsibility here.
No.
Everything that happens bad in black is because of white.
This has nothing to do with lack of leadership. It has nothing to do with lack of father, right? This has nothing to do with that.
White fathers.
It's really, the sadder part is that if it is a father in this child's life, then we know what kind of father it is. Yes,
no, he's trying to single mom.
Yeah.
He's a single mother and thugs that she dates.
I'm saddened by that because I feel like there's not, when I see kids like this, all I can think is, but how they're going to, the probability of how they're going to turn out. You know what it's going to be. It's almost like, the reason I call it child abuse is because I feel like you're not giving them any chance. They have no chance. Like this kid has no chance of being a regular human being in society. No chance. He's going to be the thug, he's going to be, and I hope not, but I'm just saying that this is the beginning stages of him just living out the stereotype that happens to be true.
Derek Chauvin did not kill George Floyd, yet we can't stop talking about that.
Yeah.
This little boy does something devastating and disgusting, and suddenly Joe Rogan's not talking about it?
Yeah, no one's talking about this.
Nobody's talking about this. Nobody on the news is talking about this. Michelle Obama is not talking about this. Oprah's not talking about this.
No one wants to discuss this.
Nobody. D.L. Hughley's not talking about this. Roland Martin is not talking about this. AOC isn't talking about this. Do you understand? This is on purpose. This is on purpose.
Yeah.
This is. They want black people. It's just like that guy Vince said.
Yes, it is.
What's his name? Vince Everett. Is that his name? He
Vince
said
Everett.
it's exactly. They want black men to be dead black men. They want black men to be George Floyd.
Yeah.
That is it.
It's Marxist.
The only important black man in the Democratic Party is a dead one.
Yeah.
And this is what they want to make sure that they can't read and write. That little boy can't read. He probably can't write. But let's just keep it real. Like Daniel said, most black kids can't read
at grade
level. Read or do math at grade level. Most black kids know this music. Most black kids dress and act like this. Most black kids come from single mothers.
Yep.
And there's a lot of black kids on welfare. And yeah, this is a George Floyd in the making. They want drug addicted, dumb black men so that they can't raise strong black men.
The idea is always to empty their brains and insert what they want.
But if we have reparations, that will change everything.
Yeah. Reparations is the answer. Is the answer to all the black problems that we have going on today. Let's just not pay attention to any of this. Let's not talk about
that little boy is going to be dead or in jail before he is 18 years old, and everybody knows that because he doesn't know anything else, and that is child abuse. I mean, it's just like you when you have children, you are giving a responsibility to make them to help them usher them into adulthood.
Yeah.
And he won't make it.
Yeah.
And all his little friends are going to go with them because his friends, his mom,
it's
they
cool.
all it's a culture. It's a neighborhood. What's her name? Ice Spice. What's her name? Sexy Red, Cardi B. This is all them. You know what I mean?
When I saw this kid too, and I met this for really all kids in this situation. When I first saw it, I was only 12 seconds. I want to listen more than 12 seconds of that. But my first words I said after looking at that little clip was, God be with this child. I don't even know what to say because it's like they're leading him to the prison.
No, sacrifice.
They're leading him to the prison. They're leading him to the grave. And I just it's like it's sick. Like I feel
and then when
sick,
he's shot,
you know what I mean?
BLM will come and stand out there, and his mama will. He was a good boy. No, he was not.
Because he's
gonna
going to be. Because
you're not a good woman.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Where's his dad? Well, he's dead. Of course. Have you ever noticed that when these kids die, all you see is a sister and a mom and a grandma? You never see any uncles. You never see any uncles, no father, no nothing. It's all women. The matriarchy is toxic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times that I'm going to say that before more of these black kids just get killed or more of your daughters become tramps.
Yeah.
You keep it up. And there will be no black community.
So they're profiting off his kids, right? That the whoever the mother is, I'm sure she's profiting off
Mm-hmm.
of them. You know, how many hits has that video gotten? Let's look at how many hits that video.
And we're making him a star, so he's going to stay that
Yeah.
way because he wants to feel like people like him.
Now, and he has no choice, right? He's at an age where he has no choice. They've made him do this. So here it goes. 2-minute video. Okay, what did I say? 2.8 million views. 2.8 million views. Let's see how many likes it's gotten. Does it say 104? 104,000 thumbs up. 104,000 thumbs up. Okay. I'm sure they had to stop all the comments at this point because it was abuse. But there were comments where people were saying, "Oh my God, go little RT. Oh my God, he's a little man. Oh wow, he has so much swag." Some people, people were saying this. Little boy. I'm disgusted.
But you know, the left wing party, they really invested in BLM.
Yeah.
And
They
so
did.
everything that's trash is on that side.
Yes.
And they have really made black people feel good about being
Right.
complete victims
Yes.
and degenerates.
And we
Anybody
follow-
who talks like us or talks like normal, we're the
We're
schools and
goons.
the sellouts, but you can come to my house
Yeah.
and still be a living when you leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, again, black people, we deserve this. And I said it before, and I'll keep saying is that you get what you deserve. And you don't get what you want. You get what you deserve. And so this is what we deserve as a community. We deserve this. And we're going to get more of it until we just think we deserve better. And I do not feel a bit sorry for anybody except for the kid.
Yeah.
Because the kid has to be raised by somebody. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't feel a bit sorry for the black community. I just don't. I don't feel sorry for black women because they're single mothers. You choose who you sleep with. Get some morals.
Well, we
You know what I
constantly.
mean? I don't feel sorry for black men because if you keep listening to Snoop Dogg, while he has a great life and a nice family that's intact, he doesn't care about your kids listening to his music and his lifestyle and killing his community with what he says, but then he lives the exact opposite.
You know, because you know, music is this type of rap music and stuff is very glorified, and this is why it's all okay with everybody. This is why you get 104,000 thumbs ups. You know what I mean? Because it's a glorified debauchery. It's a glorified, it's this demon behavior, right? So we get that. I used to listen to rap, you know, all the time, a long time ago, and we were talking about this a while back. I think we said it in a video. We were talking about what we call Ludacris when he did hoes in different area codes. I used to think that song, y'all, when that song came on, I just thought that was just the best song ever. Like, I thought it was just so great, right? And everyone is waiting for their area code. Everyone is just waiting for their area code to come up, you know, and I'm like, wait, why did we celebrate that? It's like like you just go with what, but you know what it is though, is that celebrity does, and we say this, they always shape society, so you don't even know that you're liking it.
So the show Good Times, when Esther Roll, she played on the show Maude, and she played her maid for I think 2 years before Norman Lear wanted to give her her own show. And when she played that part, she was married to John Amos on the show. They didn't really show him a lot, but she was married to him on the show. I think his name was Henry, but then we moved. He went to the show. They changed the name. They didn't want him on the show. They wanted her to be a single mother.
Right.
But she made a career decision because at that time it was really hard for black people to get starring roles.
Right.
That show was a pioneer show because black people didn't have an entire show based around black people.
I introduced the black father to this country. There never had been one in the whole of the country. And I risked my job by saying I won't do it unless you give me a husband for my children.
So she took a gamble because they could have just said, you know, heck with you too. I can find a black woman who will accept this.
Right.
But she said, I won't do the show unless you give me a husband for my kids. And that was responsible of her.
Yeah. Yes.
Because she knew that they were going to put her in the hood. But they're not going to put me in the hood and then make me a single mother. And that was with 2 boys. You're not going to do that. And that was responsible for her. Now, they did kill James off, like the 4th season. And that was because John Amos him and Esther Roll had problems with the JJ character.
Yeah.
They didn't like
He was
they were
dumb.
making the junior character
Yeah.
be dumb and buffoonish.
Yeah.
But they eliminated him because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is that I was watching What's Happening, that show, and Mabel King played the matriarch of that show, but she was also a single mother
Yeah.
with 2 kids. And the way that they portray black women, and they have been for years, because even Julia, the show with Diane Carroll, she was a nurse. She had class, but I think her husband died at war, but she was a single mother. They never want us to be married,
Yeah.
ever. And so when the Cosby Show came along, they were okay with her being married, but now she has to be a feminist.
Yeah, and a working holic, really.
A workaholic, but also just rude to men, always putting them in their place, always trying
And they
to
flipped
keep
the role with Cliff
Yeah.
because they made him more of the caregiver of the children.
caregiver of the kids.
Children.
You know what
Although
I
he's a
mean?
doctor,
Right.
like a renowned doctor. I'm like,
You
wow,
know,
that.
the most Family Matters. The most famous kid was the buffoon of Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They never, the way they portray us. Then there's hip hop community. It's always thugs and hoes.
Then you got Medea.
And then you got Medea
It's
making
like-
fun of the matriarchy
It's like, jeez.
with drag, a man in
Yeah.
drag,
Making
You
them
know
look
what I'm saying?
buffoons again.
Right. It never, ever ends with the black community, and we accept it lock, stock, and barrel, and we deserve every bit of it because people aren't like Esther Roll.
Yeah.
They don't sit there and say,
And
absolutely
walk away.
not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We have to learn to say no.
Yeah.
But we don't, because we will take anything that white liberals give us.
What we do know when we see stuff like Little RT is that people breed these types of criminals. They're breeding this, okay? So it's not it's not surprising when you see the prisons filled up with people that have black skin, right? It's not surprising because we breed it. We breed it, we celebrate it, we glorify it, and we also buy it. You know what I mean? Like literally, we're buying CDs and DVDs and streaming and of all of this kind of like demonic behavior, and then we're all scratching our heads and saying, "Why are they criminals? Why are they criminals?" Well, I don't know. Could it possibly be because we're glorifying it? But there's a lot of stereotypes, though. There's a lot of things within the black community that I know that I hate that I have to like double down on because that doesn't make me. You guys think that this makes me happy to have to talk about these things? But like it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
Because whenever
I'm
we
ashamed.
say that, or anybody who thinks like us says that, they go, "Oh, well, what about white people?"
What about white
I'm not
people?
saying white people do nothing wrong.
said
What I'm
that?
saying is that why is it though that the scale is tipped?
What is
you
it?
cannot, data is data.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there.
We commit more crimes. We kill more of other races than
Yeah.
they kill of us.
Right.
Our homicide rate is higher than any other homicide rate.
Yep. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like our grades aren't good. Our kids' grades aren't good. These kids are not learning nothing in school, but they are learning the lyrics from these hip hoppers. They can learn. You know what I mean? It's what happens when you're raised with ignorance.
Hey, I was watching this video on Instagram where it was a black school, and the teachers, it was called Teachers Dress Up as Students Day, and I'm like, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I know schools want to have fun. I get it. I'm not that big of a square where I'm a square, but I'm
Not
not
a
that big.
killjoy.
Yeah, like I'm not that. But do we not see the problem with that? I'm like, I'm not sure this is the right time to be doing that.